Hi, Eliza. Can I ask you something important? When someone asks, "How are you?" do you always answer, "I'm fine," even when you're not really fine?
Oh, hello, Alex. Yes, many people do that. They use I'm fine automatically without thinking. Today, we're going to talk about better and more natural ways to answer that question.
Exactly, Eliza. Welcome to English Practice Zone. Everyone, please speak with us while you're listening. Repeat every sentence aloud because speaking practice is the fastest way to improve your English.
That's right, Alex. Don't just listen. Pause the video if you need more time, repeat our sentences, and practice your pronunciation with us.
Great! Eliza, before we begin, I have a question. Is saying, "I'm fine" wrong?
Not at all, Alex. I'm fine is correct grammar, but native English speakers often use many other expressions because they sound more natural and more interesting.
That's good to know, Eliza. So today's topic is don't say "I'm fine." We'll learn different expressions, their meanings, some grammar, and even a few useful vocabulary words.
Exactly, Alex. Let's start with the grammar first. When someone asks, "How are you?" they're asking about your condition or how you feel at that moment.
So, Eliza, the answer usually begins with "I'm," right?
Yes, Alex. I'm is the short form or contraction of I am. Native English speakers use contractions in everyday conversations because they sound more natural.
Ah, that's easy. So instead of saying "I am fine," people usually say "I'm fine."
That's correct, Alex. Here's another useful word for learners: contraction. A contraction is a shorter form of two words, like I'm for I am or you're for you are.
Thanks for explaining that, Eliza. I think many learners hear contractions every day but don't know the name.
You're welcome, Alex. Learning these small grammar points helps your English sound much more natural.
Now, Eliza, let's learn some better answers than "I'm fine." What's the first one?
Sure, Alex. A very common answer is I'm doing well.
What's the difference between "I'm fine" and "I'm doing well," Eliza?
Good question, Alex. Both are correct, but I'm doing well sounds a little more natural in everyday American English. It tells people that things are going well for you.
So if someone asks, "How are you?" I can say, "I'm doing well. Thanks for asking."
Exactly, Alex. Everyone please repeat after us. I'm doing well.
I'm doing well.
Great. Now let's explain one word, doing. Here, doing does not mean working. It means how your life or your situation is going.
Oh, that's interesting, Eliza. So, doing well means my life is going well, or I'm feeling good.
That's right, Alex. What's another natural answer?
You can say, "I'm pretty good."
What does pretty mean here, Alex? Does it mean beautiful?
That's a common question, Eliza. No, in this sentence, pretty means quite or fairly. So, "I'm pretty good" means I'm quite good.
Ah, so pretty has two different meanings depending on the situation.
Exactly, Eliza. That's called context. Can you explain the word context for our viewers?
Of course, Alex. Context means the situation around a word or sentence. The context helps you understand the correct meaning.
That's very useful. Everyone, repeat after us. I'm pretty good.
I'm pretty good.
Nice. What's another expression?
You can say, I'm doing great.
Wow, that sounds very positive.
It is, Alex. The word great means very good or excellent. If you're having a wonderful day, I'm doing great is a perfect answer.
So, good and great are similar, but great is stronger.
Exactly. Great shows more happiness or satisfaction.
Let's practice together. Everyone, say it with us. I'm doing great.
Very nice. Keep speaking aloud with us. The more you repeat, the more confident you'll become.
Eliza, what if I'm just okay? Not great, but not bad either.
That's a very real situation, Alex. You can simply say, I'm okay.
That sounds easy. Is it common?
Yes, very common. I'm okay means you're all right. You're not feeling amazing, but nothing is seriously wrong.
So everyone, repeat after us. I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Eliza, let's explain the word okay.
Sure, Alex. Okay means acceptable, all right, or fine enough. It's one of the most common words in everyday English.
Great. What's another natural answer?
You can say, not bad.
That's interesting. Not bad sounds negative because of the word bad.
I know, Alex, but in English, not bad is actually a positive expression. It usually means pretty good or things are going well.
So if my day is going well, I can answer not bad.
Exactly. Native speakers use it all the time.
Everyone, let's practice together. Repeat, not bad.
Not bad.
Eliza, can you explain the grammar?
Of course, Alex. Not bad is a short expression. The full sentence could be, things are not bad. But in conversation, native speakers often leave out words that are already understood.
Oh, so that's called a shorter expression?
Yes, Alex. English speakers often shorten sentences to make conversations sound faster and more natural.
That's a useful tip. What's another friendly answer?
You can say, can't complain.
Oh, I hear that in movies. What does it mean?
Good question, Alex. Can't complain doesn't mean everything is perfect. It means things are going well enough that you have no reason to complain.
So if someone asks, how are you? I can answer, can't complain.
Exactly. It's friendly, relaxed, and very common in everyday American English.
Everyone, repeat after us. Can't complain.
Can't complain.
Eliza, please explain the difficult word complain.
Sure. Complain is a verb. It means to say that something is wrong or that you're unhappy about a situation. So, can't complain means I don't have anything to be unhappy about.
That's easy to remember. Everyone, keep speaking with us while you listen. Every sentence you repeat helps you sound more natural in English.
That's right, Alex. Keep practicing with us and let's learn even more useful alternatives together.
Eliza, we've learned some great everyday answers. Are there more expressions that native speakers use?
Oh, yes, Alex. There are many. Let's learn another one. I'm doing all right.
Does all right mean the same as okay?
Very close, Alex. All right means you're doing well enough. It sounds friendly and natural in everyday conversations.
So if someone asks, how are you? I can say, I'm doing all right.
Exactly. Everyone, please repeat after us. I'm doing all right.
I'm doing all right.
Great job. Now let's explain the phrase all right. It means everything is acceptable or going well enough.
That's easy to understand. What's another expression?
You can say, I've been better.
Oh, that sounds different. What does it mean?
Good question, Alex. I've been better means you're not feeling very well or things are not going as well as before, but you're not saying everything is terrible.
So it's a polite way to say you're having a difficult day.
Exactly. Native speakers often use it instead of saying, I'm not fine.
Everyone, repeat after us. I've been better.
I've been better.
Eliza, can you explain the grammar in that sentence?
Of course, Alex. I've is the contraction of I have. The sentence uses the present perfect tense, I have been. It connects your past experience with your present situation.
Ah, so I've been better means there was a time when I felt better than I do now.
That's exactly right, Alex.
Let's learn one more expression.
Sure. You can say, I'm hanging in there.
That's an interesting phrase. It doesn't sound like someone is really hanging from something.
You're right, Alex. It's an idiom.
Can you explain the word idiom for our viewers?
Certainly. An idiom is a group of words whose meaning is different from the individual words. You cannot understand it by translating each word one by one.
So what does I'm hanging in there really mean?
It means you're going through a difficult time, but you're staying strong and continuing to move forward.
That's a wonderful expression. It sounds encouraging.
It does, Alex. People often say it when life is challenging, but they don't want to give up.
Everyone, let's practice together. Repeat, I'm hanging in there.
I'm hanging in there.
Excellent. Keep speaking with us while you listen. Every new expression you practice today will help you sound more confident and more like a native English speaker.
That's right, Alex. The more you practice these expressions in real conversations, the more natural they'll become. Let's keep going and learn even more useful ways to answer, "How are you?"
Eliza, today we learned that we don't always have to say, I'm fine.
That's right, Alex. We learned many natural expressions like, I'm doing well, I'm pretty good, I'm doing great, I'm okay, not bad, can't complain, I'm doing all right, I've been better, and I'm hanging in there.
We also learned some useful grammar, contractions, new vocabulary, and even an idiom. I hope everyone understands when and how to use each expression.
Exactly, Alex. Remember, learning English is not just about memorizing words, it's about using them naturally in real conversations.
Everyone, keep practicing with this video. Play it again, pause after each sentence, repeat it out loud, and speak with us. The more you practice, the more confident and fluent you'll become.
Yes, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Every mistake is a chance to learn something new. Just keep speaking English every day.
Thank you so much for practicing with us today. We really appreciate your time.
If you enjoyed this lesson and found it helpful, please give this video a like and share it with your friends who are learning English.
And don't forget to subscribe to English Practice Zone so you never miss our future English speaking practice lessons.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next lesson.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, Alex. Bye, everyone. Keep speaking English every day.